Good afternoon, everyone. Or is it, or good noon? I never know what to say right at noon. Let's see if we have anyone on right now. No, so I'm saying hello to nobody. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Kristen, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Kristen. She always joins us for these classes, and I'm grateful for that and grateful for you as a friend. And also, lastly, but definitely not leastly, happy birthday to my mom. Love you, Mom. Okay, let's get started with today's lesson. Sorry, I'm crouching a little bit. I still do not have a great setup for these Facebook Lives, unfortunately, so we'll just have to deal with a shoebox, my phone propped up against a shoebox. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. So today's Facebook Live, we'll be talking about drink infusions. We'll be making some different drinks that you can enjoy all summer long that are very low in sugar. Definitely low in, or definitely avoids high fructose corn syrup, additives, that kind of thing. And they're super simple to make. So let's get started because we've got quite a few for you today. So the first one that we're going to be making today, I think this is a great one to do with kids, especially kids that like to drink soda a lot. They can try to make their own sodas at home. I think it's definitely nice when kids try to make their own things. They're definitely much more willing to try something if they make it themselves. So the first one is super simple. We've got sparkling water, all right? Which is very, very affordable. It's pretty much on the cheap side. I never have any at home, so I had to go out and buy some, but definitely affordable. And then we've also have 100% berry grape juice. This is organic. It was the only one I could find. Doesn't have to be organic, but I do recommend that you find one that is 100% juice and not a fruit cocktail. Just because it'll mean that it's all fruit juice and it doesn't have added sugars to it. And then I was actually taking a close look at this label and I really like it. What I like about it is that it's pretty descriptive in terms of the ingredients themselves. So here we've got apple juice and it'll say exactly what they did to the apple juice. So it's filtered water, organic apple juice concentrate, same thing with the organic grape juice. Let's see what else. Fruit and vegetable extracts, and then in parentheses it says color, so they added that just to provide a little bit of color to the juice. And then finally it says citric acid provides tartness. So I'm definitely a big fan of this juice just because of the transparency on the label, so definitely like this. So despite the fact that there are no added sugars in this, this 100% juice, keep in mind, it still does have 29 grams of sugar for an 8 fluid ounce glass, right? That's the serving size. So that's about this much. I've already measured it out in this mason jar, right? Because it has the nice lines on there to measure. So keep that in mind. 29 grams of sugar if you're having this amount of juice. So I think a good solution to that, so that you're not having a huge sugar shock from drinking that juice, would be to mix it with some seltzer water. So here I'm just taking some ice. Sorry, I'm a bit out of frame. And again, kids can do this with you, and you know they'll like the fizziness of the club soda. Just be careful that it's not too shaken. So I'm just going to fill this about halfway, and the other half, so I'm going to do about four fluid ounces, right? So about half of this, and that'll be about 14 grams of sugar, 15 grams of sugar instead of the full 29 in the serving size, right? So this one is pretty simple. Is that about half? We'll say yes. That is about half. And that's our first drink. Nice and simple. It is refreshing. You can add in a little lemon just to make it more colorful. I think the more colorful you make it, the more appealing it becomes to kids, definitely. And it tastes so, so good. So, so nice. So that's our first drink. Our other drinks, this one's actually a recipe from my parents' home country, or my dad's home country, Costa Rica. I think it's in other countries too, in Central American countries, and maybe even in the Caribbean. I was reading up on it. It's called agua de sapo. So that quite literally means frog water, which it sounds disgusting. I don't know why they call it that. Maybe because it looks like it's a little bit murky. I don't know. But the ingredients in it are so, so good. So it usually takes, usually the ingredients call for this, panela, tapa de dulce is what Costa Ricans call it, which is essentially just sugar. I think it's just sugar cane that's been processed a little bit differently, right? Or it's dehydrated cane juice. That's what it is. It's dehydrated cane juice. Who's saying hi? Rose. Hi, Rose. Welcome. So this is dehydrated cane juice. I think there might be some trace nutrients, but not too many. I believe iron is one of the nutrients on there. Yep, 21% iron in about a fifth of this. But that's a lot of sugar. It's about 78 grams of sugar in this entire thing. So instead of you doing taking the normal route and using this for our agua de sapo, I decided to mix it up a bit and use something that I like to keep on hand just to sweeten things. I throw it in oatmeals. I use it when I'm baking, when I'm making waffles, that kind of thing. It's a date syrup. So this is super simple to make. All you need are some dates. You can buy them already pitted, or you can pick them yourselves. Pretty easy to do. You'll want to soak them in some water, and when you soak them, they'll look like this. I've already got some soaking here. And then with that same water, you'll just put them in the blender and blend them up, and then you'll come out with something that looks just like this. This will be our date syrup. And if you notice, it's just about the same color as the panela, right? The tapa de dulce. So it's pretty similar and it's pretty comparable. And what I like about using dates instead of using the dehydrated cane juice is that there are some nutrients in dates. I'm blanking on what they are right now. I know that one of our Vision newsletters covers dates. So if you go on to our webpage and look through our visions, you can type in dates, I'm pretty sure, and that article will appear. But what's also great about dates, if you look at these dates that we have here, and that now that they're soaked, you'll be really able to see it. They're pretty fibrous, right? So that's definitely something we always want, especially when we're consuming sugars. And these are fruits that are very high in sugar, but it's nice natural sugars, and of course the fiber helps control any spikes in blood sugar. So that's what's nice about that. So here I have about 6 dates that I have blended up. So 2 dates would be about 25 grams of sugar. I'm not going to use nearly as much as 2 dates, right? This entire thing is 6. I'm using maybe this is about 1, right? Just put that on the bottom. A bit more. I've got some hot water. Sorry for stepping out of the frame. Here I've got some hot water, so I'll just put that hot water. So continue with our agua de sapo recipe. Just fill this up with water. You can do this in a tea kettle. I recommend to do it in a tea kettle. Throw in some mint. Okay. We've got our mint. Ginger, fresh ginger I think would be best. I only have frozen, so I will just be using frozen. And this is the kind of drink that, especially if you want to drink it cold, and super refreshing once it's cold, you'll want to make the night before. The flavors will definitely be incorporated together a lot better the next day. So this is going to take a while to melt this ginger, but that's okay. And then I like to add in some cinnamon. I don't think a lot of traditional recipes call for cinnamon. I like the nice sweetness that cinnamon brings to it. So I add in some cinnamon, and then I'll squeeze in some lemon because it would not be one of my Facebook Lives if I did not have lemon juice. I am just such a lover of lemons. So here we have our lemon juice, and I'm actually going to throw it in there too. Just keep in mind the white part of the lemon, if you leave it in there, does release a bit of bitterness into your beverages. So that's something to keep in mind when you're making these fruit infused waters. I have never seen ginger like that. Yeah, so you can actually make it yourself if you have ice cube trays on hand. You just you can blend it up with a little bit of water, or you can even grate some ginger and then put it in an ice cube tray, and you're ready. You're ready to go. Ginger freezes quite beautifully. So this is going to take a while until it's actually ready. Let me just give it a quick taste. Let's see. Yeah, that's not ready. But I did prepare one beforehand, and you'll want to use a sieve, obviously, because we've got some things in there. If you don't mind the mint leaves and the lemon and the cinnamon, then you absolutely do not have to. But this is essentially what it looks like. It looks like a nice iced tea. There is no caffeine in it, so if you're avoiding caffeine, this is definitely a great alternative to iced teas. And super delicious, in my opinion. The last drink that we will be making, oh, actually, I think I might have a couple. This is maybe more of an idea, like a different spin on fruit-infused beverages, is to macerate some fruit. So, you just chop up some fruit, and I've got an ice cube tray here. So you just grab some fruit, fill up an ice cube tray with some of the fruit. You'll want to macerate, which is just a fancy word for saying you want to mash it up a little bit just to release some of the juices. And then from there, what you can do is either you can either fill up the remaining space in the ice cube tray with the fruit with fruit juice, or you can fill it up with water. Right, so I've got just a couple ice cube. Oh, I lost a blueberry. I've got a couple of ice cube sections filled up with blueberries, and I'm just going to grab the end of my spoon and just squeeze down the fruit a little bit. And I'm actually going to try these with a little bit of fruit juice. Again, what's nice about this is that about doing fruit infusions this way with an ice cube tray is that the sweetness will be released as the ice melts. So there we go. Sorry, it's so hard to see. Let's see if I can multitask. One hand holding the phone, the other doing this. All right. So there we have that. I'll fill these up with some fruit juice. So that is done, and then you'll just want to pop that in the freezer, and then once it's done, you'll have something like this. And again, it just looks so nice. These are a little bit melted. I left them out. I forgot about that. You'll have a nice ice cube that is just so colorful. You'll get to see the fruit. And again, if you use fruit juice, the ice cube will just release all of the fruit juice while you're drinking your drink. So I'll just pop a couple of those in there, right? And here I've got something that I think would be an even better alternative to this fruit juice, right? I think this fruit juice, like I said, there are things that I like about it, things I don't like about it. Obviously, you don't have the fiber from the fruit, so your blood sugar might spike if you just have a huge glass of this. Something that I think is really nice, and this is something that you can find in Latin grocery stores. What's great about Somerset County is that there's so many Latin grocery stores in Manville, in Boundbrook, Franklin. So definitely pop into one of those and you'll find this, which is Flor de Jamaica, aka hibiscus flowers, which produces a nice tart beverage like this. I guess this might technically be considered a tea, a tisane, right? But it's just as colorful as the juice. And what's nice about something like this is that you can control the amount of sugar that you put in. Unlike with the other fruit juice, it kind of just is how it is. Right, so this is unsweetened. I think for this, I might add a little bit of the date paste, syrup, what have you. It's almost like a nice substitute to simple syrup, actually. Are the Somerset family video recipes shared anywhere? I think we might be sharing them on YouTube. I'm not 1000% sure on that, or 100% sure on that. I do know for sure that they are on Facebook though. Okay, so that will be our hibiscus drink. And again, it's so refreshing. It's so nice and colorful. You give this to a kid with a tiny bit of sugar and, you know, it's like they're drinking a Capri Sun. And it's so refreshing. And I believe that is everything that I have for you guys today. So I hope you guys learned something new. If you guys have any drink recipes that you're big fans of that also are low in sugar, feel free to share those. And I hope everyone has a nice week. Bye.